Audio check.
I've got you loud and clear, how many?
All good, 5 by 5. Alright, flap 0, radio set. This. Alright, check that. Brakes.
Zulu, wind 140 at 6, visibility 10. Sky conditions, few at 9,000, temperature 12, dew point -5, altimeter 3010. Expect visual approach, landing and departing runway 15. Noticed airmen, increased productivity in the vicinity of NOCO Airport. VFR aircraft requesting practice instrument approaches, contact dimmer approach on 127.05. Advise on initial contact to have ATIS information Delta. ATIS information Delta, NOCO Tower is in operation on frequency 118.4. Ground control clearance delivery frequency 121.65. Time 1756 Zulu, wind 140 at 6, visibility 10. Sky conditions, few at 9,000, temperature 12, dew point -5, altimeter 3010. Expect visual approach, landing.
Alright. We're off on 15 with a bit of wind. Clouds with Delta. Alright, brake check. Down. With brakes.
Why don't we put our dead?
Oh, yeah. Alright. Right about there. Then 3010. Good there. Alright. The fun one, right?
Yep. My brakes.
Right? Alright. Oh, I need the map because we're on Charlie, aren't we?
No, we are on the ramp.
Okay.
So just NOCO ground, taxi runway 15. Information Delta, northeast departure, north departure.
North departure?
Yep.
Can we turn up the squawk on our...
I think this will help. There we go. I think that's better. Yep.
NOCO ground, November 98059, at the ramp with Delta, taxi to 15, north departure.
Cherokee 98059, Air NOCO ground, runway 15, taxi via Charlie Alpha, cross 6.
Taxi via Charlie Alpha, cross 6, 98059. Look left, look right, we're clear. Kneeboard wants to slide down my leg. I'm like...
They have that tendency.
Yeah, but then it gets in the way of stuff. Going a little faster than I'd like.
NOCO ground, Cherokee 4703, but with you Alpha 3 going to the main ramp.
Alpha 3 right there in sight.
Yep. Good.
Cherokee 98059, Air, just hold short of Charlie for a moment. We're going to have another Cherokee shoot into the ramp.
So we can go up a little ways here.
98059, we'll hold short.
Let's pull on the other side of this
Lima, taxiing the ramp
running.
via
Ramp via Charlie's.
182.
Yeah, let's lean a little bit or to the right, away from them.
Yep.
So our taxi line is over here.
Okay, sorry.
NOCO ground, Sky 20749 is at leading edge with Delta, departure to the east.
Right here. I'm going to hold right here.
Yeah.
Right
Cherokee
on this line.
059, are you continue your taxi?
98059, continue taxi.
Technique, not procedure. He should have gone. I would have gone up that way.
Yeah, I agree.
NOCO ground, runway 15, taxi via Bravo Alpha, cross 6. 15 via Bravo Alpha, cross 6, 749.
And here's the line where my badge ends.
So we got the single solid stripe and single dash line. That's the movement area.
Yep.
Okay.
My line. downhill. Don't want to go too fast.
Yep. Good technique.
Don't want to take off of the taxiway or, pull Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got experience with that.
Yes, he does. He'll never live it down. Eventual gravestone landed on the taxiway. Star Wars guy,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones landed on the taxiway. Is it just me, or am I hearing a little bit of a, kind of a rattle somewhere? Be on the front wheel?
There's a little tap sound somewhere in there.
Feeling it in the
Local ground,
pedals.
Sky 73481 at leading edge with information Delta, VFR taxi for VFR departure to the north.
Sky 73481, no ground, runway 15, taxi via Bravo Alpha, cross 6.
15 via Bravo Alpha, cross runway 6, 73481.
That was interesting. It had a lot more crab into the wind than I would anticipate from what they're calling.
Yep. We can always pull the weather before we go again. Sure nothing's changed.
So we got a windsock down here, so it's coming from
Yep.
about the direction they. Well, it's more.
It's crosswind a
It's
bit.
more off the cross than a 10-degree off the runway.
Yep. Hardest part's staying on the taxi line, figuring out the pressures
Yeah.
between brakes and.
Didn't have to use the brakes much on this
No?
with the with the nose gear, the direct nose gear steering.
Yeah, but we're also going downhill.
Yeah. So we brakes for speed.
Yep, and that's you pull back on the.
Yeah, the windsock is blowing around a little bit, so
Oh,
the winds are
fun.
kind of variable.
That's gonna make things fun. Looks about a 5-6 knot wind.
Yeah.
Local ground, Skylane Cap 582 on the ramp with information Delta, ready to taxi VFR eastbound.
Cap 582, NOCO ground, runway 15, taxi via Charlie Alpha, cross 6.
15 via Charlie Alpha, cross 6, Cap 582.
Pull up probably at the end of the line, or should I cut in early?
No, just stay on the line.
Cool. All right. Run up, brakes, hold. Throttle 800 to 1,000. Flight instruments checked. Vertical speed, VOR, good RPM, good amps, and a little light on the pressure, but that's because we're at idle.
Yep. Check that out as we're run up to speed.
Yep. Oil pressure, oil temp, fuel. Alright, trim set for takeoff. It's a descent, so we want to get
I'd leave it right there.
Okay. Circuit breakers checked again.
And the indicator, I think, is working on the ground now, too.
Oh, good.
but we'll go with a little nose up trim, help us on the takeoff.
All right, fullest tank, so over to right. Throttle, 2,000 RPM. Mean to peak RPM. There's the drop. Two, 3, 4, 5, about 100 RPM drop. Mosquitoes. 100 RPM. Same. Verify instruments, VAC 5. Oil pressure, idle. 1,000. Miss anything?
Nope.
Cool. Radio set, transponder set.
So we go to
altitude, right?
And it's going to give you a press function over here, the override.
Okay, and we're reporting.
Yep.
And then we're
our
on
lights.
Yep. We want a landing light in this?
We'll put our landing light on.
Okay, and then this is tower, right?
Okay, yeah, this will be tower right here.
Okay.
So at this point, you'd think about a takeoff brief. So we're taking off to the north. We've got 8,500 feet of runway. Probably going to take around 1,200 feet to take off. And at some point, we'll talk about the numbers and look at the numbers.
Okay.
Usually right around 12 to 1,300 feet here.
Okay.
And the takeoff emergency. So if we lose an engine on takeoff, if we're on the runway, we stay on the runway.
Yep.
If we're off the runway, we try to land back on the runway if we've got runway remaining. If we don't have runway remaining and we're below pattern altitude, we look for a landing site straight ahead. And if we are at pattern altitude, we'll look at trying to come back to the runway and land on the runway.
Yep.
So those 4 scenarios, and then that should be good to go.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull up.
For the hold short line?
Yeah, so is there anybody? I don't see anybody. You can make a call right now and tell them we're ready for takeoff.
All right. NOCO Tower, November 98059 at Alpha. Ready to taxi ready to take off 15 north departure with Delta.
Cherokee 98059, NOCO Tower, make a left turn to the north, runway 15, you're clear for takeoff. Traffic inbound from the east is an arc, friction a Remos.
15, clear for takeoff, we'll look for traffic.
Remos 5, Foxtrot, air traffic departing 1.
Oh.
I'm going to bump that volume up a little bit.
And NOCO Tower, Remos 835, Foxtrot, I heard something about traffic departing 15.
Remos 5, Foxtrot, air affirmative. Traffic departing 15 will be in a left turn to the north, Cherokee.
Roger, we'll look out for the Cherokee 835, Foxtrot.
Head up on the runway, flaps 0, bringing up the power. A little bit of right rudder. See how the winds treat us. Airspeed's alive.
I would lean in with, give yourself a little left aileron already on the roll.
Okay.
And just control steering with the rudders.
Yep, on it, best I can.
And start pulling the yoke back, looking to fly off. Let her fly off. A little more back.
Yep. Going up. Oh man, there's that wind. You weren't wrong.
So a little bit of left aileron.
Yep.
Make sure you got the right rudder there as needed to keep the ball centered. They were looking good.
Best I can. Getting blown around a little. Ooh, tailwind. Whoa, hello. How to go up. A little more left aileron.
Yep, we're drifting a little bit to the right.
Yep.
Good catch.
It's bouncy. Whoa.
We will get out there and see where we can work
Whoa.
and adjust as needed.
Yep, we got some variable winds, don't we?
Yep.
Remos 835, Foxtrot, 4 miles east.
Remos, 5 Foxtrot Sierra, Roger. Report a midfield left downwind. That Bruce called Cherokee Traffic just off the departure end of runway 15.
Roger,
Get some air conditioning in here for me.
Cherokee 059, traffic 4 miles east inbound is a Remos.
We'll look for traffic 98059.
Cherokee 200, runway 15, you're clear, touch and go, wind 140 at 10.
Cherokee 200, cleared for touch and go, 15.
Hotel Tower, Skyline Cap 582 is ready for takeoff, runway 15.
Cap 582, Nook Tower, left turn to the east, approved, runway 15, clear for takeoff, traffic right base, your runways at Cherokee.
Runway 15, Cap 582.
Cherokee 200, traffic departing prior to arrival of the
Go left.
Turn left.
Cherokee 200, Roger.
We were way off runway center line coming out of that turn.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Just keep the turn coming to the left. We'll basically follow the freeway up.
Yep. Whoa. Bouncy. Oh.
There's our Remos out there, about 11:30.
645 Sierra Papa, 3 miles out.
55 Sierra Papa, port of midfield, right downwind.
I'm going to stay a little bit to the right to let him come through.
Okay, yeah.
Report me for right downwind, 645 Sierra Papa.
Here's 5 Foxtrot Sierra, I have you in sight, no need to report midfield, extend down, I'll call your base up. Here's called Cherokee traffic ahead, actually probably off of your maybe 10 to 9 o'clock northbound.
Okay, we're looking for the Cherokee and, turning right midfield for runway 15, 835 Foxtrot.
There's a lot of
Cherokee 059's got the Remos in sight.
Virgin.
Cherokee 059, that previous called Remos traffic ahead and to your right, just turning in the midfield downwind.
And 059's got them in sight.
Roger.
Noco Tower, Skyhawk 73481 is holding short of runway 15.
Yeah, let's try.
Skyhawk 73481, runway 15, line up a wait, traffic in the right downwind to Remos.
It looks like it will.
Line up and wait, Skyhawk
Looks like
481.
we're right at it, too.
Remos 5 Foxtrot Sierra, continue downwind, I'll call your base, traffic holding in position.
Yep,
Continue
we're
downwind to Apollo Bay, 635 Foxtrot Sierra.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, I have you in sight, no need to report midfield, traffic will be following a Remos ahead and to your right in the opposite downwind, I will call your base.
You will call my base, 645 Sierra Papa, and I do have traffic in sight.
Skyhawk 41, left turn to the north, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
Runway 15, clear for takeoff, left turn to the north, Skyhawk 73481.
So we told them we were departing to the north. We'll continue to the north up here, 4 miles.
Home short, 15, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 0749, runway 15, line up a wait, traffic in the left downwind
We'll
to
head
Remos.
to the right and look. We can clear our airspace over there for the
Remos 5
practice
Foxtrot
area.
Sierra, your base is approved, continue
once
for
we
15,
get north,
traffic holding in position.
The winds
Left base
are
for 15,
interesting.
approved, continue 835 Foxtrot Sierra.
Skyhawk 749, the Cessna that departed ahead of you will be a left turn to the north. Just remain behind them. Proceed east, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
15, clear for takeoff, turn east by the Cessna 749.
Remos 5 Foxtrot Sierra, runway 15, clear to land.
Runway 15, clear to land, 835 Foxtrot Sierra.
Skyhawk 5 Sierra Pop, just confirm you still have the Remos in sight ahead and to your right on the left base.
No, I actually lost traffic in sight.
Whoa.
That's 5 Sierra Papa, roger. They're ahead and to your right, maybe half mile to a mile left base approaching final.
Look for traffic, 5 Sierra Papa.
That Harmony is 4 mile?
Yeah.
Okay, I see Harmony, so once we hit it.
I have traffic in sight, 5 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, number 2, following the Remos, runway 15, clear to land.
Number 2 following the Remo, 15 clear to land, 5 Sierra Papa.
Moving out a little.
Now it looks like this ceiling's going to be right about 7,500.
Yep, we're 73 at the moment.
So let's just turn and head toward the lake over there, and the little lake.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. And we'll probably work. We'll work Alpha 1 or Alpha 2 if it's
make the call?
Nah, we're just good. We'll just... Good. So, going into our practice areas, what are you going to do?
Clearing turns and announce that we're in the area.
Left at Alpha 3, contact ground.
Left at Alpha 3, contact ground, 835 Park.
So I would use the main radio for that.
And what's our...
123.3.
Okay, so if I remember correct, you do this one for the... Yep.
Okay, if you can leave it pushed in unless you're going for 25 megahertz.
Okay.
So you pull it out and it'll tune in 25 megahertz
Okay.
increments. You leave it in, it'll tune in 50 kilohertz increments. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So 123.3.
Okay. And Owl Canyon traffic.
Yeah, just let them know we're going to be working area Alpha 2. We'll fly across to Alpha 2.
Okay.
Owl Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059, working practice area Alpha 2, 7,000, or actually we're almost 8,000.
Yeah.
So 8,000 feet maneuvering.
Okay. Owl Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059, will be working Alpha 2, 8,000 feet.
Fine.
A little smoother up here. Just keeping an eye on the clouds.
Yeah, so that looks like that ceiling there is somewhere between 75 and 8,000.
Yep. Luckily it's, what, at least 25, 30 miles north of us. I'm gonna level off at 8. I feel like we're probably good at 8. Bring power back a little. The cruise. Cruise check. Come on. Alright, cruise check 22 to 26, hitting the 23. Landing light on. Oh, wrong one. Extra lean for cruise, which we're probably good where
We'll
we are.
just leave it where we are. Yep.
Fuel pump is on.
We'll leave the fuel pump off right now.
And switch every 20 to 30 minutes. Cruise check complete.
Okay, so we took off at 11:47, so we'll try to remember to change them at 12:15.
Yep. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Alright, so, do some where are we into our practice areas yet?
We're still not into
Still out.
Area 1
Okay.
here, so.
Okay, give it some cruise time. It's chilly out here.
Yeah. Yeah, these clouds are going to cool the weather off.
Oh yeah. Fuel pressure, oil temp, amps, alternator. Looks good. Doing about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, let's come left about 20 degrees. So the town of Pierce is right over there. Let's just head right over the town of Pierce.
Got it.
And we'll go beyond that into area Alpha 2.
Okay.
So as we come into area Alpha 1 here, as we get in the area, I'm going to take the airplane.
Okay.
And I'll have you just read through the engine fire checklist.
Okay.
And then I'm going to demonstrate a descent on that. So that's probably going to be a little bit disorienting because I'm going to put it in a pretty sharp bank and a pretty sharp dive.
All right.
And
kind of like what you did when we did our long flight in the Cessna.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh yeah, it's getting a little bit bumpier. We're getting closer to these clouds.
Yep, and I'm up at almost 8,500, so I'm going to pull the power back and descend a little.
I'd pull it back to 2,000 to get a descent going.
Let the nose drop and... Hey, 2,100.
So this little pond over here is pretty much on the border.
2 November downwind for 01 left.
Greeley traffic, maybe?
No, that would have been Al Canyon. We're on Al Canyon's frequency, so...
Okay. They have a runway out here somewhere?
Yeah, it's over on the west side of the freeway.
Okay.
North of here, it's north of the Budweiser plant, probably about 4 or 5 miles.
Nice.
Maybe a little bit farther than that.
Right. Wondering for, we've got Virgo right here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if Alpha 2 is going to be...
I think Alpha 2 should be fairly open. We'll see. I mean, it's... All right, I'll take the airplane.
Your aircraft?
I have the airplane. So why don't you pull out that checklist and just
Yep, I've got it right
run
here.
through the engine fire checklist.
Yep. So fuel selector off, which we're not actually doing, right? We don't want to shut fuel.
Nope.
Mixture idle cut
So
off.
to go off is right over here.
Yep, either side actually.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep. Idle cutoff for mixture, which would be all the way down.
Yep.
And then vents off, which I'm going to leave somewhat open for the thing. Airspeed 110 or 125, and emergency landing as required.
Okay.
So.
All right. So pick a side.
Oh, let's go right to have some
Right
fun.
side? Okay, so we got fire coming out to the right, and we've done the checklist. I'm pulling the throttle back.
Oh, man. This is kind of fun.
Trying to build up speed.
Yep.
So we're looking for 100. Okay, we'll say we've
Officially blown it out.
And so now we'll go back, we'll raise the nose, and we'll establish our glide speed, and we'll look at shutting down the engine. So our glide speed is going to be 85.
Yep.
And I'm going to push the engine up.
Yep. Felt like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So, no big.
So it needs to be an assertive maneuver.
Yeah. You want to move the air
So you want to get into it, you want to try to blow that fire out, and then you want to get out of it and set yourself up
for
as well as possible. So why don't you take the airplane and go ahead and climb us back up to 7,500.
Okay.
Now let's just head out there for that single green crop circle.
Yep,
that ought to put us close to Alpha 2.
Got it. Bring up the power so we can get up. Feels like we're getting out of the rougher air.
Yeah, it's probably going to be moving toward us.
Oh, yeah.
So these planes, you can be pretty aggressive with them. I mean, there are things you can't do, but there is nothing involved in that maneuver that involves compromising flying. Everything you're doing in that maneuver is, in fact, augmenting flying.
Right.
You're building up speed. So the only thing you need to worry about is your descent angle. You actually need to worry about max speed, which you're
top
not.
Of the green,
you shouldn't. Well, top of the where the red.
Oh,
I mean, we weren't even close to that.
No,
we were bumping up between 130 and 140 there at the very end of it. So, you know, it may be unusual, but you know, it's there's nothing about that that is unsafe unless you're trying to do something like that at a very low altitude and you don't give yourself enough altitude to pull out of a dive like that. So. On those things, those type of things. So I was working with a student yesterday on commercial maneuvers, and one of the commercial maneuvers is an accelerated stall.
Right.
And so he went to perform it. He went into 45 degrees of bank, and he started pulling, and he was pulling slowly, and it wasn't getting where he'd get the light, or were we in this one? No, I think we were in a Cessna. So we'd get the horn, and but he wasn't getting he just wasn't getting the pull.
Right.
So I took it and I demonstrated, and in the space of about 45 degrees of turn, I'd done an accelerated stall. So in that case, what I told him was, get in there, roll into your bank, set your parameters, stabilize, get into it, pull it back nice and firmly, crisply, quickly, get into it, get your stall indication, and then recover. So same thing with that. Once you've done your checklist you know, you shut off the fuel, and you can expect that you're going to starve the engine. There should be no fuel up there anymore.
Right.
Then just aggressively get into it, get that dive, get that speed built up, and then if you can get that fire blown out, and then recover. Another thing, before you actually do that, is try to pick up a landing place so you can maneuver toward that, if possible. And you know, you could circle around if you needed to.
Right.
So you can come out of it. If you don't get the fire blown out, you're going to want to land as soon as possible.
Right.
So there's a lot to keep in mind there, but you know, if you get into the maneuver, you know, potentially you can put that, you know, signs of fire out and then recover and give yourself time now to set up more slowly and more deliberately for your emergency landing.
Right. I would assume crop circles are not the best because they have the divots in them for the wheels.
It's curved. I would go for a straight plowed field.
Yeah.
And I'd maybe go for the brown, which is harvested and maybe a little bit more even. The green might be more freshly plowed. Let's turn north and head toward those little twin ponds up there.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to read through the engine restart, or the top check, or while you're flying, or do you want me to fly?
I can do it.
All right.
No biggie. So, AV8 would be V-glide at 85, 83, indicated on here, but with speed mods. Navigate to the nearest pseudo field, which I'm always watching for one. There's a guy right there, that guy over there. Got 5 fields I can probably land at. Fuel pump would be on. I'm not going to hit it at the moment. Switch tanks, which we're not there yet, but we would. Carb heat would go on. Mixture full. Ignition both. Start if we lose the prop. Primer in and locked, and it's emergency to whatever frequency you're on at that point.
All right.
Which I'm working on memorizing, which is basically an engine restart. Give it everything you can. Going.
So if we had the time to do that, we'd go to 121.5, we'd switch to that and make our emergency call on guard. Most chance of getting our emergency call out, received, and then transferred, or have somebody relay it to somebody. 7700 on the squawk. And so that's pretty simple, just 7700.
And that's it.
And I have to look at this one. I don't think you're going to have to enter it. I think if you just chop in 7700, you're going to get I mean, you could hit enter. I don't think it would hurt anything, but, you know, obviously we don't want to do it right now. Then we go into the emergency landing, which, you know, at that point... Let's see here. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, nice. So you don't have to do anything. It inputs instantly. Hold altitude 7,400. Let me get back up a little.
All right, let's clear the area and do a couple of steep turns, one each direction, and then we'll...
35, 40, 30 or 45?
Well, let's do 45 if we can.
That would be this guy right here?
Nope, that's 60. So it's halfway between those two fat bars.
Okay. All right, so visual check, little power, and...
You feel that nose starting to drop? Okay, so we're...
A little power to keep the world going.
There you go.
Holding my... Oh, I am not
So there's
there.
about 30 degrees, 35 degrees. So
40 is hecka steep.
Yep.
Almost there.
And as we come back around to north, about 20 degrees before we hit our reference line, we're going to pull the throttle back and roll out. There you go, nice. Now let's go to the right.
Yep.
Let's clear to the right, clear to the left.
A little bit of power. The right side's much more comfortable. No idea why.
That's interesting. I like going left.
Yeah? But you're also
right.
in the right seat, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the right side better. I don't know why. Not that. Nice little rollout.
All right, let's turn toward those the green trees over there, whatever that is.
Patch of them right over there.
And we'll just kind of dodge the clouds here a little bit, and let's read through our engine shutdown emergency landing checklist.
So we did our engine shutdown, which was this one. Oh, once it's down, but now the emergency landing one.
Yep.
Cool. Sure I'm stable on things. Mixture would go to idle, fuel selector completely off, mags completely off. Communicate on 121.5 with 7700 squawk. Brief the passengers getting out of the thing as soon as you touch down, stop, get out. Unlatch the door, seatbelts, double check. Protect face, hide sharp objects once you're down. Obviously, master switch would go off, flaps at 40 degrees, so full pull. And tail low, so you want to keep that tail as high as you possibly can.
Yeah, and you want to get as slow as you can and stop as quickly as possible.
Yep, brakes, whatever, and then get out the plane fast as you well can.
All right, let's turn our fuel pump on. Let's go to idle.
Okay.
And set an 85 mile per hour glide. And look around for a landing spot. So what I always say is, make sure you look off the nose for a landing spot.
Yep.
And
got one.
Right. If there's a place that you want to land over there, that's fine. Then we'll work toward that. So pull the nose up and work toward an 85 mile an hour glide.
Okay.
So we're at 7,500. We're going to go down to 6,000.
Okay. We're at 90. I like the field that's almost striped right there.
Okay.
Almost striped. Might be a little high for it, but
that's not a bad choice. So there's a lot of undulation in a lot of these other fields out here. So that one looks, it's been cultivated, so it's probably a little flatter, and that looks like a good choice. And it looks like we've got plenty of glide range, I'm guessing, to get there. So again, work to 85.
Yep.
Nose up a little bit more.
Nose up, sorry. That's one of those we could potentially, with this glide, around.
So we've got. So here, if you're going to use that field, and that's not a bad one. So when you get to the stripe there that you want to land on, just turn and align with it.
Yep.
And we've got a tower out here, so we'll stay to the left of that.
I see her, yep. I would have chosen the middle stripe, but one over is smoother because you don't have that itch.
So we got 400 feet to go. I would look at it, let's put in a click of flaps.
Okay. $200 feet?
Yep. And okay, go full power. And go ahead and turn the fuel pump off. And we'll get a climb rate, and we'll start work. Okay.
We were coming up on flaps, no good.
All right, so good. We'll we'll climb out. Let's see. And let's climb back up to 7,500 if we can. And
sounds good.
Come back to the left.
Full left?
Yeah. Let's go all the way around towards southeast.
Okay.
I mean southwest. No, actually, let's stay down here at 6,200. Let's look for a place to we're going to do S turns.
Okay.
So actually, here's a nice east-west road here.
Yep.
I haven't seen any real signs of wind. I'm guessing the winds are kind of coming from the west. So let's look for the north-south road.
Okay, we've got this one here and the next one coming up on.
All right. Why don't we... Well, do you think you could set us up for that?
Possibly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's an intersection right here. There's a T intersection on that road. So we're going to enter downwind, so we'll have the wind behind us.
Okay.
And we're going to cross this intersection here, and we'll go into, well, our reference works to the north, so we'll go into a left-hand turn.
Okay.
And we're at 6,400 feet here, so let's try to maintain 6,400. We'll set that as our base altitude.
Okay.
And let's try to maintain, we're at 100 knots. Let's maintain 100 knots.
Okay.
So altitude and speed and your turn are the three things that they look for and they evaluate on here.
100, okay.
And we want to go into our turn. So we've crossed our reference point, so let's get into our turn.
Okay, 30?
Nope. You go the turn, whatever's necessary. So you want a light turn here. No, back up on the turn. So see this east-west road here?
Yep.
Let's look to cross that intersection. So we're going to work our bank and our turn rate. So we didn't get as much boost as I thought we might have off of that. So maybe the wind is not very strong from the west right now. In fact, we might be getting wind from the east moving in.
Yeah.
Underneath this stuff.
Yep, I'm being pushed towards it a little bit.
So this is the thing, is working the winds. So this is right, you got to shallow out that bank and work this angle to get to your desired point, and you want to cross that point at 90 degrees, headed straight along the other road there, and then we'll start our turn.
Okay, so I wanted to be more left.
So you're fine right now. So right now, rack up the bank a little bit more.
Okay.
And work to cross that at 90 degrees, so we're close, not quite.
No.
All right, then we'll look at coming into a right-hand turn. And we'll go into it nice and easy here, because we want to build some turning room away from that road.
Yep. Right by that house, you think? That little road by that house?
Yep, that'll be a good distance.
Coming on a 90 off that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I should be able to figure out.
So 6,400 feet, yeah, and our speed's right there at 100. Good job on that. And we're just playing our turn.
Got some wind pushing me out, so that's good.
So we're just playing our turn, and we want to try to keep in at least some bank all the way around. Better. And there we go, nicely done. So let's go ahead and climb up and head back to the south and start working our way back to the airport.
All right.
Let's climb up to, well, just climb up to 6,500. We'll stay here.
Okay. Full throttle back. Begin right turn.
And I'm going to see if I can reach my power cord stuff.
iPad dying?
It is.
Uh-oh. If you need me, you can take the aircraft and I can reach if you need.
Let me see what I can work out here. I might be able to do it.
At least we have a USB port in the aircraft.
Yeah.
Do that. And a little high, so pull back. Nice and smooth over here, but we got Virga.
Yeah, we don't want to fly underneath that stuff.
No, it's pretty expansive too.
Yeah. So we'll just head south and fly out from underneath as much of this as we can.
Yep. Any luck?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Cool. And switching tanks.
I forgot to plug my stuff in last night, so.
We are on the left tank.
All right.
A little late, but we're on it.
Good. Good catch on that.
And they have a timer right here, probably for that. I'd rather be aware of the time over the timer. Gotta flip it 3 times, remember? Yeah, literally 3 times.
Yeah.
That was great. And we're regaining altitude because bring the power back a little and get us back down to 6,500.
And let's go ahead and turn to the southeast some more.
Yep. For a tower right there.
All right, I'll head for that. That's a good chance. That's the town of Easton with the grain silos.
Yep. Eaton, right?
Yep.
Yep. Buddy grew up there. Great. There's a
really?
place with good burgers.
Oh, is it really? What's that?
I don't remember. I have to look it up, but it's been there. It's a bar.
Oh, is it?
So, but
Okay.
not the best burgers, but they're good.
Okay.
If you ever feel like getting a burger.
All right, any questions about what we did today?
No.
Okay.
Even the engine fire.
Nice job on the steep turns.
That's the left side we're gonna have to work on more.
Okay.
The right side, pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
That left side, for some reason.
So the biggest problem you had on the left side was getting to your desired angle of bank.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work on that. And not bad. It's
It feels...
we did not lose a lot of altitude.
Nope.
So you could feel the nose start to drop as we went into it, and you caught that, and you stabilized it, and actually we were right up around 7,600, and we dropped down to 7,500, pretty well stayed at 7,500 for the rest of the turn, so that was good. So the 3 things, on a lot of these tasks, there are 3 things that you're looking at: altitude, airspeed, and any specific performance, directional control, things like that. Stalls, you're starting at an altitude, you're starting at an airspeed, and then you're setting a flight parameter. So like on a power off stall, your initial one is an approach descent, and then you go into bringing the nose to the horizon, and you hold it there until the stall. So all these things, those are the elements they're looking at, typically are to grade on.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily going to grade you on the airspeed on the stalls, typically.
It's the altitude.
But those are the things, the parameters you're going to look at. But like the ground reference maneuvers, airspeed, altitude, and then maintaining your geographical orientation.
Right.
And trying to make a symmetrical
circle.
The circle or the S. So, steep turns, again, altitude and airspeed, and angle of bank. Slow flight, is altitude, airspeed, and then they'll give you turns or maybe a climb or descent in that. Mm-hmm. So again, a big element of that is flying VFR is developing the sight picture, the visual sight picture for what each of those things is going to look like.
Right.
And that way you can maneuver to your desired parameters visually, and then you come inside of the instruments to cross-check how accurate that is.
Right. Yeah, when I was doing my turns, I picked a point on the cowl and held that, and that's my sight picture.
And if you've done that, that's great, because that's half the battle. If you've got a sight picture identified, and then once you set that, you just drag that reference point right across the horizon.
Yep.
And it's easy to see if you've got deviation from the horizon, if your nose is climbing, if your nose is falling. Mm-hmm. So that is a huge help to have that already established.
Right. That left turn, it feels like if I go too far, I'm falling. I know I'm not, but getting to that point is...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll have to work on the left or right. No big deal, but...
Well, we'll keep working on that one too.
Yeah. Yep. Holding 6500. Back a smidge. Alright. Little bumpy, watching for Virga. Tons of it over there. And a little bit looks like we might fly under, I don't know. We do have a ton right here, huh?
So the thing about Virga is it's an indication of downdrafts. And so thunderstorms, you tell us a thunderstorm has reached its the mature phase.
Yep.
When rain starts to fall. So that's when the downdrafts really start, when the rain starts to fall. And so Virga, you've got rain falling out of these things. It's just not dense enough to make it to the ground. So the Virga is a sign that you've got downdrafts under those clouds. So you can be pretty violent.
Yep. Pushing planes down into the ground pretty quick.
Yeah. About, 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, there was a plane up here from Colorado Springs that went down in the pattern.
Oh, geez.
And some of our folks were up flying around. In fact, my instructor at the time had a student with him, and he actually took him underneath the Virga to let him feel it.
Oh, geez.
So they were prepared for it, and they got a pretty good reaction out of it, and were able to respond to it and maintain control. But they actually told this other aircraft and gave them a warning: you might want to just switch the patterns to the other side of the runway, because the standard pattern is going to take you underneath this Virga.
Right.
And they chose not to listen.
Oh, no.
And so they flew under the Virga, and they were not prepared for it and didn't handle it.
Too slow.
And they ended up crashing.
Oof.
So nobody died on that one, but they did suffer some fairly significant injuries.
Yeah, I would bet. Only downside to these fields, there's bales in the middle.
Yeah, but they're pretty well scattered.
Okay, Until 948.3.
So we can start getting set up for coming back into Fort Collins.
Yep. A little high, 6,600, just trying to keep our altitude.
So we're at Eaton. We can make a turn. There's Woods Lake over there, which is about 10 miles away from the airport.
This larger lake right here?
Yep.
Perfect. At that, call and tell them we're 10 miles out.
Yep.
To the, what would it be, the east at this point?
What's that?
We'd be to the east at this point. Cool.
So we're still on Elk Canyon frequency.
Yep.
So I'd go ahead and switch that. And we've got time here while we're cruising in. I would set that other frequency to the ground frequency.
Which was 12165.
So as a matter of technique, I would recommend when you've got some casual time in the air, to think ahead to what you're going to face and get everything set up for what you anticipate going into, so you're not trying to do that while you're engaged in it.
Right. Should we grab the weather on our where we call?
VFR aircraft requesting practice approaches. Contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise initial contact. Give information echo. No confirmation echo current. No tower is in operation on 118.4. Ground control clearance delivery 121.65. 1856 observation, wind variable is 6, visibility 10, few clouds at 9,500, temperature 14, dew point -6, altimeter 3008. Visual approaches in use, rapid departures runway 15. Use caution, increased bird activity in the area. Hazardous weather available on flight surface frequencies. VFR aircraft requesting practice approaches. Contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise initial contact, give information echo. No confirmation echo current, no tower is in operation on 118.4. Ground control clearance delivery 121.65. 1856 observation, wind variable is 6, visibility 10.
Alright. Variable at 6 for the 15008. Okay. Cool. Cruising right about 100 miles an hour.
Light Sport 691 Papa, which position?
Light Sport 691 Papa is just now midfield, 15, right downwind.
Light Sport 691 Papa, okay, you say runway 15, clear to land, wind 100 at 10.
Clear to land 15, 691 Papa.
Noco Tower, Sky 20749er, 7 to the east-southeast with Echo full stop.
Just on 20749, report 4 to the east-southeast.
I'm going to call touch
4
and
east,
go.
southeast, up 1.
We'll call for touch and go.
Cool. See how the winds are, hopefully. Almost to my lake.
So calling in from the east,
Noco Tower 691 Papa, you okay
bring us
running
into
a little
the
long
power,
and exit Alpha
the
3?
pattern, midfield
Light
left
Sport
down, wind run
691
15.
Papa, long landing approved.
On land approved, 691 Papa, thanks.
Noco Tower, November 98059, Cherokee, 10 to the east with Echo, touch and go.
Cherokee 98059 or Noco Tower, report 4 to the east.
We'll report for the east, 98059. Good, but miss
Yep.
anything?
No, I would just add the runway.
Oh, yep.
And 98090, do you have the light sport ahead of you in the base turn inside?
We got that traffic inside, AIM 909.
The previous
98090,
call
number 2, runway 15,
from our
clear
sister
touch and go. The traffic is a full stop. Wind at 09010.
I just always say the runway.
Clear touch
That
and
way if
go.
something
Number
changes,
2 for runway
you've
15,
reported,
AIM 909.
The ATIS, so we've got the ATIS, which is runway 15, so that shouldn't be an issue. You may just be being anal about it.
Right. You know, sometimes that's better. Actually, most of the time.
Noco Tower, aim solid 706, holding short at runway 15, ready for takeoff.
Solid 706, Noco Tower, hold short, runway 15.
Hold short, runway 15, aim solid
What's it do,
706.
eject the seat or what? I'll have to ask Matt about that. Red panic button. And it's not a... Why don't I have a panic button? Come on.
I'm guessing because passengers are going to panic more than the pilot is.
You're right, but what does it do? I'll have to research that after this.
I'm thinking it doesn't do anything.
No, you can hit it though. Don't hit the red button, as Tommy Lee Jones would say.
Yep.
Moving pretty quick, about 115. Must have a tailwind.
Light Sport 691 Papa, left turn, Alpha 3, contact ground.
Left turn Alpha 3, contact ground, 691 Papa, good day.
You too.
Guys, start
Noco Tower, Skyhawk 325 Sierra Papa, 4 to the northwest southbound.
Well, we're coming up on Windsor Lake. We're
inbound
almost
for landing
just
with
the
Echo.
other side of the lake. I'd report 4 miles,
Shark
and then I'd
325
start
Sierra Papa,
descending
Noco
to
Tower, make
6,000.
it straight in, runway 15, report a 6 mile final.
Straight in 15, 6 mile final for 325 Sierra Papa. Tower 749 is 4 east southeast.
So just up 49er, enter left downwind, runway 15, report midfield.
Left down 15, report midfield, 749er.
Okay, go ahead and report 4 miles east.
Noco Tower 98059, 4 to the east.
Cherokee 98059er, traffic inbound of a downwind from the east-southeast is an Archer, should be a little bit ahead of you. We'll be following them in it to the left downwind, runway 15, report midfield.
We'll report midfield, we'll look for traffic 059.
Okay, go ahead and slow down.
20749er, traffic inbound from the east just called 4 out as a Cherokee.
Roger, we'll be looking for him, 749er.
Yeah, here somewhere, right?
Yep.
AM 706,
I would
runway
lean a little
15,
bit
clear takeoff,
left.
make right close traffic call on the Archer just part ahead of you.
Clear for takeoff, runway 15, aim solid 706, and we'll watch out for that traffic.
see him anywhere?
No, I do not.
Looking for reflections, basically, at this point, because the sun.
Let's come left toward the water towers.
Yep.
Yeah, the sun's not making it easy.
It is not.
Okay, this should be right off our nose at about 2.5 miles.
Cherokee 059er, the Cessna airplane is approaching midfield left downwind now.
98059, we're looking.
Delco Tower, Skyag 9544 Victor's 10 miles to the east, inbound with Echo.
I'm not seeing it.
9554 Victor, Delco Tower, 44 to the east.
Come on, where are you?
Report 4 miles.
I'm not seeing him at midfield.
54 Victor.
Okay, I've got him right now. Just follow in behind them.
Yep. Right here, yep, I got him.
Cessna 325 there, Papa, what's your distance?
Not making my turn yet, though.
Okay, no.
Oh, windy. I might not, I don't know if I can do this touch and go. We'll see.
Cherokee 059's got the Cessna in sight on the downwind.
Cherokee 059er, roger. Cessna 3250, Papa, what's your distance?
Currently
we're
showing
pulling our speed back to about 90 miles an hour.
From the airport, just turning onto our final for 15.
Cessna 20749er, can you make it in front of a Cessna on a 5 mile final?
8 for M749er.
Cessna 749er, you're number 1, runway 15, clear to land, winds 110 at 12.
15 clear to land, 749er.
Cessna 3250, Papa, still don't have you in sight, you'll be number 2 following a Cessna that's going to be starting their left base momentarily. Runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land, 15, we'll be looking for traffic.
Keep our altitude up, 6,000.
Papa.
909er, extend downwind, you're following a Cessna on about a 4 to 5 mile final.
Landing with Echo.
Ames 909er, extend downwind, you'll be following a Cessna on about a 4 to 5 mile final, report in sight.
To the right of those white buildings up ahead.
Ames calls 909er.
Cherokee 059er, you're going to be following an Archer ahead of you in the opposite downwind, extend downwind.
98059, extend downwind, we'll be looking for the Archer in the opposite pattern.
Ames 706, you're following a Cherokee in the opposite downwind.
Let's put a traffic.
Let's give it a little bit more power and climb up.
There's somebody calling inbound at overkeyed.
Yes, sir. RV87 Charlie Tango, 5 to the east, inbound landing Echo.
RV87 Charlie Tango, enter left downwind, runway 15, port midfield.
Let's just go ahead and we'll make this
Left
a full
downwind
stop.
15, I'll call you midfield, RV87 Charlie Tango.
This is Copper Victor, what's your distance?
Okay.
54 Victor, we're 4 miles to the east. We got an airplane out here right on the edge of the Echo doing some aerobatics.
Cessna 54 Victor, roger. Traffic inbound from the east is an RV. They should be in your
A little
area.
bit farther right.
Yep. With the winds, yeah.
Roger, 54 Victor.
Looking at the left downwind for runway 15. I'm still not sure if you're going to be following that RV or not.
We're behind him now, 54 Victor.
Let's pull the power back a
54
little
Victor,
bit.
roger.
Nogo Tower, Ames calls 909er, has a Cessna on final in sight. Ames calls 909er.
Ames calls 909er, just to verify, there's one short final about to cross the threshold. I'm still looking for the second.
Stays this bouncy.
Hey, there's our
Yep, we're
second
pretty
Cessna
far out.
inbound.
Pretty sure it's the guy we're looking for. Ames calls 909er.
Ames calls 909er, roger. You're now number 2 following that Cessna, runway 15, clear touch and go.
15 clear touch and go, Ames 909er.
Check 059er, do you have that Archer you're following in sight?
98059 negative. Yes, it's traffic in sight right now.
And Ames 909er, just to verify, that Cessna you're following looks to be on about a mile and a half.
Keep extending.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. Ames calls 909er.
Roger.
Let's pull our speed back. Start configuring flaps.
Cherokee 059er, you said you did have that Archer in sight?
98059, we've got it in sight, we can follow.
Cherokee 059er, number 3 following the Archer, runway 15, clear touch and go.
98059, clear touch and go number 3, we'd like full stop.
Cherokee 059er, number 3, runway 15, clear to land.
Cherokee 98059, clear to land, runway 15, number 3.
RV7 Charlie Tango, midfield left downwind.
RV7 Charlie
Okay,
Tango,
start
extend
turn.
downwind, I'll call your base turn.
Alright, will do.
AM 706, do you have the Cherokee in the opposite downwind in sight?
We're looking for for that Cherokee, aim 706.
Oh.
Crocodile Sky 1256 uniform, 7 miles north of the field with Echo, full stop.
71256 uniform, orbit up to the, you said you were to northwest?
We are directly north of the field, 1256 uniform.
756 uniform, roger, main outside of class Echo, I'll call you inbound in a few minutes.
You've got him off the
We're
wing
going to
tip.
stay outside of class Echo, you'll call us in, 1256 uniform.
Name 706, the Cherokee you're following is in a 3-mile base about to roll out on the final.
We are still trying to get them inside, aim 706.
Tower 749 is on L4. Come on. There you go.
Cessna 20749, I got a ground.
Over ground 749, thanks. Way off.
Cessna 325 Papa, left turn on Alpha 3, no delay, contact ground.
Left turn on Alpha 3, contact ground, no delay.
Cessna 54 Victor, make a right 360, report back and downwind, so you don't go too far north.
Right 360, 54 Victor.
We have the traffic in sight, aim 706.
AM 706, now number 3 following that, Cherokee, runway 15, so we're touching out Cherokee at the full stop.
Thank you.
Number 3 following the touch, following the Cherokee, runway 15.
We'll just fly in.
Yep, no.
RV7 Charlie Tango, you're following an Archer in the opposite downwind, should be starting their
Track the power back to about 1700.
All right, looking RV7 Charlie Tango.
Second notch of flaps.
Yep.
We are a little high, pull that back a little more. Okay. I'm way off center line.
An RV7 Charlie Tango, the Archer you're following is in a maybe 2.5 mile right base.
Hey, insight, RV7 Charlie Tango.
RV7 Charlie Tango, following that Cessna in the right base turn, you're number 3 now, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 15, RV7 Charlie Tango.
Cessna 56 uniform, how far north did you say you were?
We are now 9 miles north of the field, 1256 uniform.
Cessna 1256 uniform, roger, you can make straight in for runway 15, report a 6-mile final.
Straight in 15, 6 mile final, thank you, 1256 uniform.
Turn into it with the ailerons and then kick the right rudder.
Right rudder?
Right rudder to line us up with the runway.
54 Victor's reestablished on the downwind for 15.
Cessna 54 Victor, roger, you're following an RV in a 3-mile left base, just rolled out on final.
54 Victor looking.
Aim call it 706, just want to make sure the traffic behind us on final has us in sight.
RV7 Charlie Tango, you said you did have that Archer ahead of you in sight, correct? They're maybe a mile ahead of you?
Yes, sir, inside. Are they full stop or touch and go?
RV7 Charlie Tango, they're going to be a touch and go.
Excellent, thank you.
Wind is 090 at 10.
Down from Ness on the VOR Alpha.
Wind is 090 at 9er. Ames 186, Noka Tower, report 4 out.
Report 4 out, Ames call 186.
Cessna 54 Victor, the RV you're following is on about a 1.5, 2 mile final.
There.
Looking, I have the other one in sight that's ahead of it on the final, but I don't have the RV yet.
Go across the line.
Have traffic in sight, 54 Victor.
Cessna 54 Victor, number 3, following that RV, runway 15, clear to land, winds 110 at 11.
Okay, we're on ground now.
Alright. NOCO ground. Oh.
Call to ground.
NOCO ground, November 98059 at Alpha 2.
Alpha 4.
Alpha 4 for leading edge.
98059 Noka Tower, roger. Give way to that Archer off your right, northbound in Alpha, and then you can taxi via Alpha Bravo cross runway 6.
Alpha Bravo cross 6, we'll give way.
Local ground, Cessna November, track number 2459 Sierra. Run up complete, taxi runway 15. We have Echo, departure to the south.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
2459 Sierra, Noka ground, roger. Hold short of taxiway Alpha for now for traffic coming out of the ramp.
We'll hold short of Alpha for now, Cessna 59 Sierra.
I assume that would have been what last week would have been like the whole time, so.
Yeah, it would have probably been similar to that. It was, yeah, that was interesting. We got a little bit of a downdraft on short final, and then we got all kinds of stuff.
Right. Van RV. Nice. Ooh. Wow, he's having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on with the winds right now.
Yes, there is.
So the winds are coming directly, almost a direct cross, 090.
Oh, jeez.
So,
no wonder. I can't hear you if you're talking.
No, I'm not talking.
Okay. Yeah, touch and go. We wouldn't have had time for that anyway, so.
NOCO ground, RV7 Charlie Tango just cleared to 15 at Alpha 3, parking southeast corporate hangars.
RV7 Charlie Tango, NOCO ground, taxi via Charlie.
Alright, via Charlie to the southeast corporate hangars, RV7 Charlie Tango.
Cessna 59 Sierra, after there's a Cherokee southbound in Alpha. If you're right after them, you can taxi runway 15 via Charlie Alpha, cross runway 6.
Alright, taxi runway 15 via Charlie Alpha, cross runway 6 after the Cherokee passes Cessna 59 Sierra.
59 Sierra, what was your direction of departure again?
Southbound.
Roger.
NOCO ground, Skyek 9554 Victor is at Alpha 3 to leading edge.
Skyek 9554 Victor, NOCO ground. Give way to the Cessna off Charlie. They're going to go northbound in Alpha, then you can taxi via Alpha Bravo.
We're going.
Give way to the Cessna, then Alpha Bravo to leading edge.
We'll go back where we started from, the maintenance hangar. Yep. All right, we'll lean to the far side of the taxiway.
Yep.
And we'll just kick it hard left. Just, so we can kind of line up with these, where we were parked before.
Yep. Just watching him, don't want to hit him.
Yep.
Out here?
Yep, give it a good hard left kick. All right. And stop there.
Yep. Just lining up my nose wheel.
Okay.
All right.
Nope. Okay. Turn.
Sorry.
All right.
Completely forgot on this one. Shut down 800 to 1,000. Off. Oh.